Hi everybody, welcome to Therapy Pilates home exercise session. I'm Carol, for those that don't know me. This session is really a gentle session, so it's ideal for anybody that comes along to Therapy Pilates because they've got low back issues, anybody that's that little bit more mature and wants something a little less hardcore, beginners, if you're looking for a gentle Pilates session, then this is for you. For those of you that come to my Therapy Pilates class, it's the usual exercises, but you know how to make them harder, so please join in and choose the options that you know, but that I may not be demonstrating. We have only got 30 minutes, and I've got to be really quick, which is, I'm good at going over time. So probably only about 5 reps of everything. Please make sure you are fit and healthy before you take this workout. You need your mat, you need a couple of cushions maybe off of the sofa. I'm going to go switch the music on. So we are going to start by laying down onto the floor, so getting down onto the floor if you're not already there. You can either come down through your elbow, or for those of you that are able, you can roll down through your spine. Okay, we are going to place our feet together, our legs are bent, and we are going to relax those shoulders and just take a breath in and a breath out. Now I'm not going to talk too much about breathing, but as you breathe in, try and allow the ribcage to go east and west, in other words, out to the side walls. And as you exhale, try to draw up with the pelvic floor. Not loads, just a little bit. Okay, we're going to open those toes about 45 degrees, place those heels behind those toes. And I want you to imagine they're on train tracks, so parallel lines. That's where they're going to stay. Make the connection between the foot or the feet and the floor. So think about your big toe, little toe, centre of your heel, and the weight distribution is even. Okay, I want you then just to work up towards your pelvis. Make sure your pelvis is connected to the floor. It's got to try and stay stabilised. Okay, we're going to tuck the tailbone under and press the low back into the floor. And then we're going to go to the other extreme, stick that tailbone out and arch off the floor. If you want to, you can just pop your hand there, feel your back press into your hand, and then lift away from your hands. Once more, and then you're going to settle in the middle to your neutral spine, and that's what you're going to maintain throughout. I want you to work at the back of the rib cage, make that connection between the back of the rib cage and the floor. Shoulder blades and the floor. Shoulder blades are nice and flat. Neck is nice and long, and I want you to imagine you've got a little juicy peach there between your chin and your chest. Don't crush it. Okay, we're going to take a breath in, and we're going to float the arms up above our chest. We're going to imagine that we're holding a helium balloon. We're going to reach up, and we're going to pull it down. Let it draw us up, and draw it down. So the shoulder blades lift, and then they press back down to the floor. So inhale, and exhale. One more. Hold it there, flat as pancakes. Okay, take a breath in, and exhale as you take the arms behind. So for those of you with shoulder issues, just work within a range that's right for you. For those of you with no shoulder issues and you feel that you're already warmed up, you can take those arms back a little bit further. Still holding that imaginary balloon. And your focus is on your rib cage, making sure that it stays nice and low, and that as you take the arms behind your head, you don't arch the back off the floor. Now for those of you, let's release that balloon and come back round. Okay, give me a couple more. Last one. And release. Okay, go back to those train tracks. We can take a breath in. We're going to slide one leg down the train track and draw it back in. And again, that's the same on the other side. So what you've got to focus on, and it may be useful to place your hands or your fingers onto your hip bones, is you're going to focus on that non-working leg, staying nice and still. Exhale as you slide away, inhale as you come back. The last one, this is your one leg stretch. Okay, we're going to go into a hip twist. So on our right side, we're just going to open that hip out, come back to the centre, and the other side. Again, we're looking for stability in that pelvis, make sure there's no rocking and rolling going on. And the non-working leg is staying nice and still. Imagine it's in a block of concrete. One more on each side. Work within a range that you can control. Exhale as you open, inhale as you come back. Now let's combine that one leg stretch by sliding away, open up at the hip and draw that heel up that train track and then close back in. Other side, slide away, open up at the hip, draw that heel up that train track, come back in. So this is where you've got to even work harder with your centre, and when I talk about your centre, I'm referring to your pelvic floor, muscles in your low back, and your transversus muscle, which is a bit like a girdle. In other words, everything that keeps your stomach nice and strong. Exhale and inhale. Exhale and inhale. Let's reverse that. So we start with a hip twist. So we open, slide down, rotate in, come back up. Don't forget about that peach underneath your chin. Don't rush, work at your own speed. Sometimes with Pilates, less is more. Anybody can bust out a move. It's about keeping control of that centre whilst you're creating that move. Of course, in real life, we don't work at super slow speed, so we do have to transfer these moves into real life situations. Okay, hold it there. Now float one leg up, knee over hip, and float the other. And let's just pop that back down, and that back down. Always go one leg, then the other leg. So I want you to think about this and think about what's happening with your low back if it's arching off the floor as you lift that second leg. Just think about pushing your low back into that floor. We call it imprinting, just to protect that low back. One more. So this is single tabletop, this is double tabletop. We're going to hold it there, and we're going to hip twist. So you're even more control of that centre. Now if you're not liking this position, pop those feet back down to the floor. Keep control of that pelvis. If you can, hide those feet behind those knees. And as the knee goes out, the foot goes out. Last one. And release. Hug one knee in, hug the other. A little bit of a rest. A little roll. And you place one foot down. And you keep the other leg, the right leg, in single tabletop. Okay, we're going to do a one leg circle, and this movement comes from the hip, and you're going to direct it from the knee. So imagine a pencil on that knee, foot is hidden behind the knee, and you're going to circle out. So exhaling as we circle out, inhale as we circle back in. Not too big a circle, we haven't got time to progress to that today. And reverse, keep the control. I'm really aiming this at people that need a gentle workout. Think about what's happening with your shoulder blades. Relax them into the floor. And float that foot down. Float the other foot up. Fingers on those hip bones. Pencil on that knee. Exhale as you circle out. Inhale as you circle in. This non-working leg is staying nice and still. Control that pelvis. If you had headlights on your hip bones, they stay facing towards the ceiling. And reverse. And if anybody is counting these repetitions, I have a reputation for not being able to count, so don't be shocked if it's not even. place that foot back down, or you keep it in single tabletop, imprint, and come back into double tabletop. And we're going to do exactly the same again, a little bit more challenging for that centre. Inhale to prepare, and exhale as you circle out. Inhale as you circle back in. Got a bit of a clunking in that hip. And reverse. And just think about rotating that hip out a little bit. And come back centre, other side. Pencil on the knee. Inhale to prepare. Exhale as you circle out. Hide that foot behind that knee. Stop being led by the foot. And reverse. Stay centred, don't let that back arch off the floor. And come back to centre. Hug those knees. A little bit of a side to side massage for that low back. A little bit of a circle. And reverse. We're going to stay in that double tabletop position. So, knees over hips. Feet behind knees. And we're going to come into scissors, relax those shoulder blades down. Inhale to prepare, exhale as you step away and tap. Now again, this is all coming from the hip, it's not coming from the knee. So I want you to imagine you've got little bowls of water, you've just got to drop your toe into that bowl of water and then take it back out. And the reason you're taking it back out very quickly is because it's boiling hot. So you tap in, oh, it's hot. Tap in, oh, it's hot. Stay centred, so you can work at that level, or you can pick that speed up a little bit. So exhale, exhale, inhale, inhale. For those of you that want that little bit more, you can reach, come up into your abdo prep. And if you want to, you can do your 100 arms. Just inhale 5 counts and exhale 5 counts. You choose your option. But I'm cheating because we're going to do 50s today. And release. 1 foot down, the foot down, reach, stretch, and ease off. Okay, so feet back to that centre position. Come back onto your train tracks. Couple of pelvic rocks. Get back into neutral spine. And we're going to go back to one leg stretch. So inhale to prepare. Exhale as you slide that leg away. So there's your level 1. If you want to, you can do level 2. So all these exercises are from the APPI repertoire, modified Pilates, modified from Joseph Pilates repertoire. For those of you who want to come up into tabletop, you can be here. Stay centred, keep control of that low back, or you can lower here. And as you lower, this is where you've got to work even harder in that centre. Make sure you've got control of that low back. Okay, we're going to make this into a double leg stretch. I'm going to come back down for those that need it at this level. I'm going to float those arms up again. And we did this in the warm-up, sliding away. And if you want to, you can add a circle. Choice is yours. Whatever your brain is telling you to do. For those of you that want to come up into that level, next level, but keeping a foot down, you can. For those of you that want to come up into double tabletop, we're here. Lots of options here. Oh, we're here. Remember, as you extend those arms, extend those legs, makes it just that little bit more challenging for your core. And if you want to add that abdo prep, you can add that abdo prep. Give me 5, whichever level you're working at. 4, 3, 2. Keep that connection between the bottom rib and your hip. 1 more. And release. Hug those knees. Okay. Feet down. I'm going to switch my head pad over. Either no head pad or a little head pad. If you get a touch of vertigo, I do sort of recommend you keep a little bit of a head pad there for you. So feet on those train tracks. We're going to come to our shoulder bridge. So we're going to tuck that tailbone under. We're going to squeeze those sit bones together. And we're going to come up. And then we're going to peel back down. So thinking through about this, think about your spine as being like a bicycle chain, and you're going to work through each of the links. So anybody that has experienced low back issues may find this quite challenging because your low back, or your spine even, the whole of your spine may be quite stiff and rigid. So this is really quite a good one to help mobilise it. So this is where we need to think about that connection between our feet and the floor. Squeeze those sit bones together, tuck that tailbone under, peel the lower back up, peel the waist up and the ribs. And remember, we're not putting any pressure on that neck, so don't come up too high. Okay, next one, we're going to hold it up there. So hold for 1 and 2 and peel back down. As you hold, don't let the glutes drop down, keep them switched on. So arms can be here. For those of you that want a bit more of a challenge, you can bring those arms up and you can bring them behind, and then you can bring them back down. Or you can have your hands across your chest. Oh, so many options. Okay, on the next hold up, we're going to add that hip twist. So a hip twist right, and a hip twist left, and then we're going to peel back down. So remember, keep those glutes switched on, and if you want to pause where you are so you can do more reps, then do so. We are going to do just 2 more. One more. And peel back down. Hug one knee in, hug the other. A little bit of rotation and side to side rocking. Release that back. What I forgot to say is, for some people that may have been quite painful, so don't go all the way up into shoulder bridge. I should have said that at the beginning, and I do apologise. Okay, we are going to go to side lying. So you're now laying on one of those train tracks. We've got to get through this really quickly. And we're going to come into our clam. So nice and straight, little after eight between our waist and the floor. Don't collapse. Draw those heels up that train track. Knees are off the front. Make sure if they had daggers behind you that you're not resting on them. Hand here or here. Clam level 1. Exhale as you open. Inhale as you release back down. I may only have time to do one side, but you can always stop and do the other side. I want to give you as many exercises as I possibly can. Let's see what happens. Okay, for those of you that want that little bit more, lift those feet, and you've got a bigger range of movement. So where are you going to feel this? So you're feeling it in your glutes. Instead of the back of your glutes, you're feeling it more into the side of your glutes. Exhale as you open. For those of you that want a little bit more, we're going to move on to our killer clam. So open, extend and lift, heels together, knees together. Now, be careful what's happening. Make sure that imaginary after eight that you've got between the waist and the floor doesn't get crushed. You're going to give me just one more. And release. Okay, hands on the floor, extend those legs and lower. Of course you can just drop those legs down. Now either bend the bottom leg or keep it straight. Pointy foot, lift and lower. So pointy foot, flex foot, point and flex, point and flex. Let's reverse that. Flex and point, flex and point. Okay, let's lift about hip height. Hand here, make sure you're not rolling back. Bend that bottom leg for support if you need it. Inhale to prepare. Exhale as you sweep forward. Flex the foot. And I think I've got my breathing wrong. Exhale as you sweep forward. Inhale as you draw back. Now keep that upper body nice and still. Keep the pelvis still. This is your side kick. One more. And release down. Okay, straighten that bottom leg. While we're stretching that out, let's just lift those inner thighs. So remember, I'm probably going to run out of time. You can do this on the other side. On your own. Okay, one more and release. We're going to come into 4-point kneeling. So cushions out the way. And we're going to start with thread the needle. But before we do that, let's just get that back a little bit of a stretch. So hands underneath shoulders, elbows switched on, shoulders switched on, chest lifted. Hips over those knees. We are going to tuck that tailbone under and draw up through our tummy, through the centre of the chest, and then we're going to reverse it. And again, keep that weight centre. This is your cat-cow, and this is a great back release. One more, and come back to centre. Okay, we're going to do thread the needle. So with the right arm, remember this left arm is going to be like a single arm press up here. We're going to inhale to prepare, we're going to thread through, dropping that ear down, cheek down, and then coming back up. And changing to the other side. Exhale as you thread through, inhale as you come back up. Using that arm to press you up. Keep that chest lifted as you press yourself up. For those of you that want that little bit more, you can open and release. So just get a little bit of spinal rotation. Again, for those of you that are quite stiff through your mid-spine, and that includes me, this one is actually quite challenging at times. Particularly if you've just recently had some back issues, you're getting back into it. I'm not liking this microphone, it's getting in my way. And release. Okay, knees open, feet together, and just sit back, stretch out. So as I say, you can always stop your piece of equipment, and you can do some more repetitions. Okay, so we're going to do swimming. This will be our last exercise. Again, elbows switched on, shoulders switched on, chest lifted. We're going opposite arm, opposite leg. So you're going to inhale to prepare. You're going to exhale as you slide right arm, left leg, and lift, and then inhale as you return. Now I want you to imagine you've got a bowl of water on your back. It's full up. You don't want to spill any. So sometimes with this one, again, less is more. Don't think about trying to lift your leg as high as you can get it. Think about length through the leg, coming out of that hip, aiming for an imaginary button on the wall, switching it on. And with the arms, just bringing them up to about ear level, and imaginary button on that wall in front. Trying to get length out of that shoulder, length through the body, pelvis stabilised, centre switched on, you're working against gravity here. Exhale and inhale. Exhale and inhale. If you're lucky enough to have a mirror, just turn your head sideways. You should just be looking at your mat just ahead of your hands. This is going to be your last one. And release. Open those knees, feet together. Sit back. Stretch out. A little bit of a wiggle with the hips. If it's comfortable, take the left hand to the left side of the mat, right hand on that left, and as if you're sitting back into that right side of the pelvis. And move the hands over to the other side. And stretch back. And release. And I'm going over, but let's finish with some stretches. Head pad of choice, cushion of choice. Either come down through your side or curl down. We're going to hug the right knee in and we're going to stretch out that left leg. Now don't forget, in the sideline exercises, the clam, the lift and lower and the side kick, I only actually demonstrated one side. So if you're laying there stretching now, you need to think about doing the other side. Or next time you do this workout, you do the other leg. Okay, let's extend that leg. If it's more comfortable, you can bend the left leg. We're going to point and flex. And remember, you can do more of these. You can stretch for longer. A little bit of rotation there, the other way. And I do like a little bit of a royal wave. So side to side and release. Let's hug the other knee in. Again, that leg can stay there, or you can stretch it out. Get a nice sense of stretch to the front of that hip. Breath in, breath out. Stay centered through your stretching. Don't just think it's a bit of a quick add-on. It is today, but normally you try to make sure you're keeping control of your stretches and not rushing. Okay, and circle one way. So breathing is important, and the other. Remember, on the breath in, expand the ribs to side walls, and your little royal wave side to side. Excellent. Okay, bend both legs. We're going to hook the right leg over the left. Arms are going to come out to the side, palms towards the ceiling. Using that right leg, you're going to hook the left leg over to the right, and you're going to look to your left. And you're going to come back to the centre, and you're going to change. So using that left leg, hook the right leg to your left, and look to your right. And come back to the centre. Okay, come over onto your sides. Make sure you feel okay. Now you can get up off the floor any way you like, but if you want to come with me, then feel free. So hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath those hips, a couple of little cat-cow stretches again, just to release that back to neutral. Tuck those toes under, hands just slightly forward of your shoulders. Hover those knees, drive those hips up, your downward facing dog. If you can get those heels down, do, but don't force it. Bend those knees, walk the hands in. 1, 2, 3. And keeping those knees bent, tuck that tailbone under, start to roll up through your spine. Inhale, reach up, soften those knees, length through that tailbone, reach up, reach out, hands on your bottom, come to face the centre, open those toes, squeeze those shoulder blades together, release that low back. And bring your hands together, shoulders down. Inhale, press those hands together. Well done, everybody. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed it. And remember, you know, if you know the harder options, you can go for those harder options that I didn't demonstrate. And don't forget, sideline needs to be done on the other side as well. Thank you for putting up with me. Stay safe, and you know, see you soon in clubs. Bye.